How's it going, guys? I'm your host Caravan Gaming. Welcome back to another very special Adventure Quest video, and for today's video I'm going to be reviewing the Warmaster Dragon Rider armor. Okay, this comes from the 20,000 Z token package, and you can buy a 20,000 Z token package for $50 US. Okay, so this is not a cheap package, but let's go ahead and see what this armor can do. So I actually bought this a little while back, but I didn't really have the time to showcase it because I was busy with a lot of other videos, namely the Frostvale ones, and there was a whole lot of stuff to go through that I thought would be more urgent than showcasing this. So yeah, finally here we have it, and I know the token bonus unfortunately just ended a few days ago, but in case you guys are watching this in the future when there's a future sale, then you can perhaps make a more informed decision with this video. Now, I am not the first to showcase it on YouTube. I believe Zionas is the first, and I think so far only showcase of this armor on YouTube. Now there's two. Okay, there's also me as well. So Zionas is also pretty active on my Discord. You can go and check out his channel, but I think he's busy with live currently, so he may not be very active on his YouTube channel currently. Okay, so anyways, let's go and take a look at the armor. So we have 49, 45, 47 for your MRM. That's slightly below normal. Not that we really care unless you're playing a dodge build. Yes, burn potence minus 10. That's pretty nice, which means that any burn effects is going to be slightly easier to inflict. It is a fully defensive armor, 0.8 times lean, and then it has primary resist to fire, well, obviously. Secondary resist to darkness at 42%. That's not bad, usable as a darkness armor. And then your other resistances, we have earth and energy at 70%. Weak to water and wind at 79%, and last but not least, the opposite elements are light and ice at 90%. So let's get started. So regular attack, 2 hits, okay. Alright, so yeah, it's just 2 hits. It's a pretty fast animation, and I like the whole ramming animation, but let's go through the art first. The art is absolutely spectacular, like, oh my god. If you ever wanted to play as that annoying as heck boss that is the Warmaster Dragon, then here you have it. This package will allow you to cosplay as that. The art is a absolute 10 out of 10. No, absolutely no complaints with the artwork. But of course, you know, in Adventure Quest, you don't really care about the art that much, right? Because at the end of the day, it's all about the practical effects, since cosmetics don't really exist in this game. So it comes with 3 skills. First skill is the Breath of War skill. Overcharge your armor's firepower to unleash an empowered weapon strike. This is an inefficient attack but deals even greater damage. So 490 SP. It's the standard cost 392 if you're holding a melee or ranged weapon. Okay, I'm holding a magic weapon, that's why it's 490. It's a 4-hit spell-based skill that deals 200% melee in weapon type damage. Fire damage baseline uses Alicom to boost damage. The skill pays 75% of its total damage to attempt a fire burn, okay, on the foe for 6 turns. 50% save, inflict with weapon means that overluck versus mobs endurance overluck. So let's go ahead and try it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of weak as you can see from the damage, but you're not really going for the damage. You're going for the dot over here. And you can see the dot is pretty powerful. 300 plus dot for 6 rounds. That equates to about 1,800 damage over 6 turns. Now what if I use it a second time? Let's see how it stacks up. Okay, so you see right now we have 7.23 burn for 5 rounds. Let's go and do that again. Okay, so 13.26. So it gets refreshed to 6 rounds, and then the power is doubled. But unfortunately, you can see here, the scaling on the power here does not really translate that well into actual numbers. The burn didn't go up to 600 plus. It was only 400 plus. So yeah, not that good for stacking, I would say. Let's continue to go ahead and do it again. Let's see what we get. So once again, back to 6 rounds now. It's power 18 and 712. Okay, that is a little bit better, but the second burn was kind of lackluster. Okay, let's do it one last time. Power 22. Okay, you can see here it's really starting to drop off, but here we have a power 1000 burn. So honestly, I would say just use the skill once. Okay, the second use is not that good. Third use is okay, fourth use is okay, but yeah, the second use really dropped off quite a lot. Maybe that's just bad luck. Let's try that again. Let's see if that was a fluke. Okay, we can always get low rolls on the burn too, so don't be too surprised if that happens. So let's test it out again to make sure it's not a fluke. Okay, so we're going to do once. 300 plus, that seems correct. Do it one more time. Boom, 500. So yeah, the second one isn't really that great, I would say. Yeah, it really drops off for the second one. So unless you either just do it once or you do it, you know, at least 3 times. Yeah, if you do it 2 times, it's not really worth. So you either do it 1 time or you do it 3 or more times. That's my verdict on this. Of course, this is a fully defensive armor, so don't expect to be doing a lot of upfront damage. The damage is going to come in many turns later, which is, I guess, it's better against bosses with damage cap, so we can keep that in mind. Also, it being a 4-hit skill is very, very nice. Okay, for the second one, Attrition. Your mount's breath currently unleashes burning flames that damage HP. Click to switch to exhausting flames that will damage your foe's MP. So we can switch this, and now, instead of inflicting a HP burn, you can go ahead and inflict a MP burn instead. That's pretty interesting. It's not something that we've ever seen before. Boom. And you can see here, it took out about 200 of the enemy's MP. And then, last but not least, you can also switch it to a SP burn. Okay, so this is, I believe, the only SP burn we have in the game. We have other sources of damaging SP, like your underwhelming pet, like your calendar weapons, but in terms of like damage over time effects, I think this is the only one. So yeah, let's go and do that. Breath of War, and now we have a SP burn on the foe. Boom. All right, 3 different types of burn, and yep, take out all of its resources. And then last but not least, the last skill, Unleash the Warmaster's Might, causes your armor's outgoing damage lean to 1.25 while maintaining your defenses. Causes 196 SP per turn. Cost lowers by 29 SP per HP, MP, or SP burn on foe. Maximum 2, this is a toggle. So even if you have 3 different types of burn, it only the max stack you can go is up to 2. So you can only reduce it by a max of 58 SP, which is, I guess, it's not too bad, but by itself it's already quite expensive. 196 SP. I kind of wish they didn't cap it at 2. I have no idea why they would even do that when you have 3 burns in 1 armor. Why cap it at 2? I literally do not understand. Okay, so you can then swap this to fully offensive lean. Is there a point in using it in fully offensive lean when your armor is focused around burn? I'm going to say not really, but you know, GPS exists, so well, I guess if you have enough burns, then you want to go ahead and nuke with the 4-hit skill, but it's still not very good because you're sacrificing a huge chunk of damage for the burn effect. So yeah, fully offensive, I'm gonna say maybe not that great. Like maybe you can just regular attack with your weapon. Yeah, I guess this could be good for the new fully defensive warrior that is going to come out with the stat revamp, sorry. But for now, I would say, man, it's not really that useful in my opinion. So we can go ahead and do this. So now it is fully offensive. So I still, oh, it's not reflected here. Okay, interesting. Yeah, so you deal extra 25% damage, but you're still only taking 80% damage. So you basically get the benefits of a fully defensive and a fully offensive armor, but none of their downsides, which is on paper it looks pretty good, but the toggle is pretty expensive. Okay, let me go ahead and flee right now. Let's try that again. So 196, was that the cost reduced already or not? Is it reflected in real time or no? Okay, looks like it's not reflected in real time, but yeah, it will still show as 196 here, but if you have 2 different types of burn, you can reduce it by up to a maximum of 58. That will work out to about 130 to about 140 plus SP per turn, which is still kind of expensive if you ask me, considering it's a toggle and not really a skill or whatnot. But if you combo it with your SP regen pets, your mod, your Ghost Hound, your Fey Wanderer, all that, you should be able to upkeep it just fine, along with, you know, any other skills that you want to do. Also keep in mind that the burn, okay, it applies to different types of burn, meaning HP burn, MP burn, SP burn. If you have two different types of HP burn, for example, let's say I have an earth burn, I have a fire burn, it still only counts as 1, which kind of sucks. I do not know why they have that restriction. In my opinion, I do not think this armor is super strong, but I do not think it's weak either. I think it's a decent armor. If you're a fully defensive build, I think it will become better once we see the fully defensive warrior really take shape and come into the game after the stat revamp. For now, this still remains as a very solid choice if you're a fully defensive ranger. Okay, I know there are many fully defensive rangers out there, so this is actually a decent choice. For your pet and guest, again, I would recommend some sort of SP upkeep. Pet or guest, then you can go ahead and use your burns along with the Warmaster toggle, so you can get dots on the enemy. You can go ahead and deal more damage while taking less damage. So all of that, the synergy is, I would say, is decent. It's not bad synergy, but again, keep in mind, you are this is against combat practice trainer, so against a regular monster, maybe you want to use more potency. -10, I don't think it will be enough for boss wounds. For shields, you have your snuggle hearts, which can give up to -20, so then you have a total of -30. You can run something like optical, that will give you -40. You can run 2 pride lords if you want, that will give you -60. It's basically guaranteed infliction, but I think that's a little bit of an overkill. You can perhaps run just run your SP healing pet and guest, and then you run optical. That will give you a total of -40 if you combo it with a shield, as long as a the optical miscellaneous item, which is good enough for 99% of most cases. So all in all, I'll rate this armor a solid 8 out of 10. Some people don't really like the armor. I actually thought quite highly of this armor when it first came out, and I still think quite highly of it now. Against bosses, I think the ability to remove SP is very valuable. MP not so much, because not a lot of monsters or not a lot of bosses actually use their MP bar, but for those that do, this can be useful. The SP one is really the most useful skill in my opinion, assuming you can land the burn. But like I said, with all of the potency that you can gain from comboing it with other items, I think the SP burn is very useful. Then you don't really need to rely on underwhelming, and because pet BTH can't exactly be boosted very high, and pet BTH is kind of crappy right now, you know, it's better for the player to go ahead and try and land the dot on the 4, and this lasts us 6 turns, so you'll be taking out, you know, 6 turns worth of the monster's SP, which is pretty decent. Let me go ahead and try that out against a regular monster, because I can't really see how much SP is taking out. Okay, so this monster doesn't have a lot of SP. Let's go ahead and change to something else that has a bunch of SP. Let's flee this. I'm just gonna go ahead and go in the void. So underwhelming, the SP denier, it has quite a high chance of failing. Okay, because if you don't manage to inflict because you don't have enough potency, or you know, for some reason the monster dodges a lot of your pet's hits, that is going to suck big time for you. Whereas for player, if it's a player attack, you can boost your accuracy in many different ways, so that's going to help you out a lot. Okay, I think we are going to get hit for big damage. That's fine. Let me go ahead. What does he use? I don't remember, but whatever. Let me go ahead and do Void Forge, just so we get protection against everything. Okay, 490 SP. Okay, oh, he endured. So we can see here, yeah, when he endures, it's not great. Okay, let me go ahead and switch to something else. Yeah, let's bring out Optical and Snuggle Heart so we can get the full potency. So that way, I don't think the monster should be able to endure with 40 burn potence. You can of course use other things like Spotter Drake as well to bring it up even more, but like I said, I think that is pretty overkill. Let's just go ahead and max it out and see how far we can get. Okay, where is my Snuggle Hearts? There we go. So this one has 20 burn potence. I can't remember if there's any other burn potency shield. I think there was a new shield recently that also gave burn potence. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but yeah, I think there's one. We already have Spotter Drake. Let's go ahead and bring out the Pride Lord Guest as well. Pride Lord, where are you? Let's just do this. I don't use the search function very often, but I really should use it more. Yeah. where the hell did it go now? God, I hate it when that happens. Yeah, I really should use that function more. No idea why I don't. Oh, there we go. Okay, all the way at the bottom here. So this will give us a whopping 60 burn potence. Yeah, you can go even higher if you don't use optical. If you use something like what do you call it? Sunburst amulet. Yeah, that will give you like freaking 70 burn potence. Do you need that much? No, I don't think you do. But you know, just if you really want to min max everything, I think 70 is the max you can go, which is really insane. And I think you really don't need that. Let's go ahead and do light, right? So it hits with light first. Oh my god, you don't have a light shield, whatever. Okay, Warmaster Dragon Rider. Pets, we'll do Spotted Drake. And then we can do Pride Lord. So let's see here. Yep, okay, that is a lot of potency. So we can do, let me do Essence Orb first, get a bit more SP. Optical. Shield, Snuggle Hearts. Yeah, this is crazy, okay? Yeah, you pretty much will guarantee you to land the burn. If you don't land the burn, then something is very, very wrong. Let's go ahead and do that now. Boom. There we go. Okay, so it takes out about 100. That's actually kind of crap. Yeah. Hang on. That's actually pretty bad. I expected more, honestly. But is it enough? Heck yeah, it is. Wait, no. It took out 200. Was it 100 or 200? I actually don't know. Did the enemy even use the attack? Hang on. Let's just go and attack. Wait. 415. Oops. Oh, we managed to use the SP attack. Ah, that was bad. Okay, probably should burn it more. Yep. Okay, I missed it. Let's see that again. I think it was around 200? Was it 200 or 100? I don't know. Start. Oh, it went first, of course. Okay. $615. Oh. So yeah, it's about 100. Yeah, that's not very good. What if we burn it again? No, what if we Shadow Feeder Pendant and then we do a double burn? Yeah, let's Shadow Feeder Pendant and then do a double burn. Let's see how well that does. Okay. Then you won't have to worry about the enemy's SP attack probably for like the next 6 rounds, which is pretty good as a setup, I guess. Yeah, if you're worried about the boss nuking, you can go ahead and Shadow Feeder Pendant and then burn the foe twice. And then that should pretty much save you from any SP attack for the next 6 rounds, which is pretty nice. Shadow Feeder. Oh my god. How? How much intellect does this guy have? 0. Oh, that was bad luck. Okay, there we go. So it's pretty expensive if you're using a magic weapon, but I guess if this is more for a range build, so I guess you really want to use dexterity or maybe melee build when the new FD warrior comes out. So it shouldn't be that expensive. It should be about 100 SP cheaper if you're using a melee or a range weapon. So just keep that in mind. Breath of War. Bam. And one more time. Wait, if we miss hits, yeah, if you miss the hits, oh, that's another thing. If you miss some hits, you're not getting the full power as well. Oops a daisy, I think we didn't manage to land all the hits previously either. Oh my god, so bad. 9.04, is that enough? Oh, okay, so yeah, another bad thing about this is the enemy can use up the SP first, and then the burn only comes in. So yeah, the burn only comes in at the end of the enemy's turn, not at the start. So yeah, that's another thing that you have to think about. Okay, Underwhelming, you can damage the enemy straight up. preventing them from using the SP attack. But for the burn, you need to wait until the end of the enemy's turn for it to take effect. That's another thing that I forgot, unfortunately. That's why we got cooked here. Okay, so that's another downside of the armor, unfortunately. Maybe what they could do to buff it slightly will be to change, if you're changing the burn from MP to SP, maybe make the attack hit the MP or SP instead of it hitting HP for everything. I feel like that's another way you can make the armor slightly better, because the burn only comes in at the end of the enemy's turn. So you can't really stop like the first attack that the enemy is going to use with the MP or SP unless you use something that deals direct damage. There are items that deal direct MP and direct SP damage, but they are not very common. So I think that's one way that they could do to improve on the armor. Also, maybe make the toggle slightly cheaper. Feel like 100 plus SP to turn it into like a offensive armor with defensive capabilities. That's a bit steep, and don't put the cap at 2. Bring it up to 3. Yeah, okay, you don't have to lower the cost. Just increase the cap to 3 instead. That will make it so much better. Okay, that's my review on the armor. I don't think it's a horrible armor if you're playing fully defensive. But I don't think it's like the most fantastic OP game-breaking armor either. If you have nothing else to pick up, then definitely pick this up, but I will not classify it as a priority pickup. That being said, that's my review on the set. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. If you guys like this video, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and of course, subscribe to this channel if you guys would like to see more of such future content. Till the next time, I'm your host Korriban Gaming. Peace out.